So if you've been following my social media, I'm sure you've seen a photo of a tattoo that I drew on my left arm, which looks a little bit like this. I actually got it from the design sheet that came with the kit I bought, and to do this design I used an ink called Jagua, which I bought from a website which I'll link to you below. The kit I bought is called the Starter Pack, and it came with a 5 ml tube of the ink I used called Jagua, a sheet of designs that has two sides to it. So this is the first side here, and this is the other side. Some transfer paper so that you can transfer your chosen designs onto your skin, and you draw your designs on with this holographic pencil. Two application cones, which I never used because I really thought that it would turn out fine without them. Lesson learned. A manual which actually teaches you how to use the Jaguar ink and also gives you a little bit of background of where the ink comes from and the history of it, which is quite interesting. And one last thing it also comes with is this sheet of all the different packs that you can buy from the website. It has two sides to it. So with my design, this is the design I traced out on the transfer paper, and I don't think it was that good, but it was okay for someone who's just starting out. So what happened when I tried to press this transfer paper onto my arm so that I can get a stencil to trace around, I didn't manage to get the whole design on my arm. I missed out on this top part here, so I had to guess where I was actually putting the ink, and in the end I kind of made a mistake here. I let it smudge by accident, and so you can see a little like watermark somewhere here. It turned out fine apart from that, and this has actually been on my arm for about a week, and I'll tell you why. It's because I used Vaseline to protect it from any contact with water, such as a shower or swimming, maybe the rain. I definitely recommend doing that. Or you can even use some oil, and as you can guess, the water will just slide off and it will protect your tattoo. But I'd say Vaseline is the best bet, or any type of petroleum jelly. You can even actually use lip balm. Anything where water will slide off and protect your tattoo is fine. So I actually have a couple of tips for you guys. If you want finer lines that are more crisp and have more definition, what you can do is you can use the plastic applicator tips, or you can use finer nozzles, or you can use the bottles that have a fine tip on them. So one thing you should always do, no matter what, is leave your ink to dry for at least 2 hours before touching it, and try not to smudge it in the meantime. Also, try not to do anything that involves your skin getting in contact with any form of water, such as sweat, a shower, or swimming, anything like that, because it will smudge your ink and end up kind of like this. One other tip I have for you is if you're kind of stuck on time, I recommend drawing your Jaguar onto your skin 2 hours before bedtime, which is a time where you are less likely to be disturbed, and so you can just rest your arm or wherever you've drawn your tattoo and wait for it to dry, then peel it off. By the way, if your tattoo disappears, do not panic. It will appear in the next 24 to 48 hours, so within a day or two you should get a really dark stain that is almost black, or it might go something like this, which is kind of navy. My tattoo's kind of faded, but I don't think you can tell because it's so dark. So that's it for this week. I hope you got enough insight into how to use this ink, which looks like a real tattoo. And if you do it right, I'm sure you will get a realistic looking tattoo and no one will even know it's not real. So I will talk to you next week. I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Bye!